Good morning. Hello. If you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here 3 to 4, 5 days a week. My goal is to inspire you. My goal is to hope that you can listen and learn. I invite you into my personal space, and this month we are talking about our finances. The year is gone halfway, and we have 6 more months to start the new year, and the year is going to be gone. So we still have a chance to get our finances together, and if you can be truthful to yourself, you're going to be able to get your finances together. But if you're not truthful to yourself, you're going to keep living in debt, keep having financial challenges, because you're not being truthful to yourself. So we are doing this book, and we are doing it together as I'm reading. It's not like I know. And this guy, this lady, her name is Michelle, that wrote this book, has highlighted some of the things we need to do to get our finances together. So if you've not been following, please go back to the previous videos and listen in, and get your pen and paper and chime in the best way you know how, and take notes. So today we are on the chapter 2. We start chapter 2, and they're telling you to take an honest evaluation of your situation. You've now decided to take charge of your finances by creating a budget, which is the key thing in your getting your finances together. The truth about most people is they don't know about their finances. For example, some of you don't have a plan for retirement. Some of you don't check your balances on a regular basis. Some of you don't know how much money you are supposed to save, or you don't have a savings account. And then some of you don't even know, if you have a savings account, how much interest do you have in that savings account. All right. So they're saying getting all the information that you need is going to help you to know your current and your future situation. Okay. So the question is, where are you now? That is what you need to ask yourself. So as we said yesterday, some of the things that you need to know is your net worth. How much money do you, like, when you add yourself, you put yourself together, how much money are you worth? Okay. You need to know your monthly income and your expenses, okay? You need to know your cash flow. Yesterday we said that you need to have several ways to know how much you're making. For the people who are in Kenya, I don't know about the credit score, but in America you need to go to your credit and see what is your credit score, okay? And then complete a whole debt detail, including the balances, the interest rate for each loan that you have, the interest rate that you pay for each credit card, and look at yourself and ask yourself, set the day of date, okay? And then you also need to complete a retirement account, because what are you going to do once you turn 65, or the age where you're not able to work? You need to look ahead and plan ahead of time, and then set those financial goals in details. Now, for those of you who are married, this is for you. They're talking about joint account. Remember when we were highlighting this budgeting book, they talked about divorce, and there's 2 people. When we talk about ourselves, it's easy when you're by yourself, but some of you go into the marriage without talking about your money, and that is always a disaster that's waiting to happen. Why are you not talking about money? If your spouse or significant other does not believe in a budget, so you're not going to get anywhere, because you know what, you're saving money and the other person is spending. These financial discussions are uncomfortable discussions to have when you're married, but they need to happen. And then they are telling you to get prepared, okay? How are you going to get prepared? I hope you're taking notes. Make the list of the money. Make the list of how much money you're bringing in for you. Tell your spouse to also make their list of how much money they're bringing. Let them also be honest and tell you how much they owe. Then number 2, actually no, they're even saying make a date you're going to talk about finances together, like you every 2 weeks you sit and talk about your finances, or every once a month. Number 2, exchange your financial reports. That's if you're married. Make sure you're meeting your partner, so that way they know what you're doing. Then number 3, listen to each other without interruption. When it comes to money, love has nothing to do with money. Love has nothing to do with budgeting. You can love someone by saying you love. You can feel you love someone. But when it comes to paying bills, love does not pay bills. Love does not pay the children's school fees. Yesterday I was listening to a show, and I told my husband I was so sad. In fact, by the time I was done listening to this show, I felt so bad for anyone that married someone because they made them pregnant, or they became pregnant. If you're married to your spouse because of pregnancy, my heart goes to you. It is the most difficult thing, creating a life when you're not prepared, or being married to someone that you really don't like, or you're with someone that you're just with them because either they became pregnant or the person just moved and started living with you. It is the saddest story. You're wasting your whole life just living with someone that you don't like. And now, when you're not able to sit and talk about your finances, the situation is worse. Okay, in that sitting, when you're going to talk about your finances, come up with joint goals that you're going to accomplish together. I have my financial goals. My husband has his own financial goals. And some of the goals are like teamwork. We have children in college. We have a home that we are building. We have things that we share in common that we are setting. The family vacations. There are things that we have to do together. His money, my money, and then we are doing it to identify his goals and your goals. Okay? And look at your assets. Before you get into these marriages, people, make sure that you know what kind of person you're marrying. Because sometimes you're marrying someone who is in a huge debt, and you're not able to help this person. And it might take years. Love has nothing to do with your finances. Okay? And then the other things they are talking about is to take inventory of your assets. Your house, your car, retirement, non-retirement, investment, business. If you're in business like me, you need to have that money set aside for business, but you have to communicate that information to your spouse. Anyway, with that said, that is it for today. We don't want to give you guys too much information. The bottom line is, I hope you've listened and learned. If you are not pregnant, if you've not impregnated someone, please be very careful. Don't just, yes, assets and liabilities, yes. Like a car is a liability, Kevin, thank you, yes. If you've not met a child, don't just make children. Children are not toys. If you're not legally married or you're dating someone, don't just start moving in with someone and just start cohabiting. My generation, we were born in the 70s. We knew that option was there. There's an option to choose who you want to be with. There's an option for you to choose when you want to have children. If you're having a hard time having children, there's options now. But don't just move in with someone who doesn't understand finances, and now you have to spend the rest of your life in poverty because you had an emotion of attachment to someone who is not willing to sit with you and plan ahead of time. Now summertime is here. The children are supposed to go on vacation. The children are getting ready to go to college. The children need these shoes. The children need that. When you make children, the children take away from you. And I always tell people, at least if you can, be married for 3 to 4 years, depending on your age, before you start having those children. Because children, they are not toys. You have to take care of the children. So besides you taking care of yourself, you have to take care of all of those children. Now, remember the stages that we said that we are in, where you are dependent. Some of you are depending on your parents and you are still making children. Some of us, we are on stage 2. We are self-sufficient, but we are borrowing to be able to survive. We cannot do that. You're supposed to get to a point where your money is working for you so you can spend that time with your children. So today, if you didn't hear anything from me, We all deserve love. We all deserve good relationships. But don't just jump into a relationship and say you love someone when you don't know what they believe about their finances. Sit together and talk about those finances before you get into that committed relationship. Come we stay doesn't work. It is a disaster waiting to happen. It's premium tears waiting to happen. If you're moving in with someone, you don't even know how they're managing their money, wait for your premium tears. You cannot say money is not everything, but you need to get the money. You need to fly first class. Once you have that money, then you're going to come back and tell us money is not everything. For now, thanks for listening in. I hope I've inspired you a little bit. I hope you listened and learned something that is going to help you live a life with purpose. Thank you, and please share this video. I appreciate your support. Go on YouTube, please, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your family and friends. God bless you.